Hi everybody, welcome to this opening round holes 1 to 9 video for the London Christmas tournament. Please give me a thumb up if you don't mind and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Plenty of drops here, tournament wins in expert division here on the Jubilee Grove, and good stuff for you to work from here. We've got adjustments on screen and in the voiceover as well. Don't forget, now you're here for the front 9, check out the back 9 as well. Video will be available on the channel homepage and the link is in the video description down below as well. Here we go. We're going to start this with a par 4 hole in 1. You're not going to get it every single time, but you will be close. We're starting with the quarterback, and we're going with the yellow ring touching the rough at the top of plus 12. Then switching to the Thor's Hammer. And here I'm playing with level 6, going with max top spin. And there you could see it was about 1.2 left spin with the Kingmaker. So it's a club switch there with the quarterback level 9 plus to Thor's Hammer. So you will need the top spin here to attack this one. That's why I'm playing with a Thor's Hammer 6. Of course, you could go with a high-level APOC as well. Max plus 5 is the adjustment here. Max plus 5, full overpower, very nasty little wind angle on this one. We're going to play perfect ball, slow needle with the max OP. And the idea here is to bounce very nicely on the fairway, and then the ball will roll beautifully onto the green. And as you can see here, we just sneak this one in for the hole-in-one, but if it doesn't drop, a very simple putt for the eagle. Hole number 2, playing with the Grizzly, 4 backspin, 3 right spin. Set up here with, looking at the plus yardage and the ball guide. Plus 5 with Grizzly 9, plus 8 with Grizzly 7 and 8. Second bounce, mid-fringe, ball guide, tip of the ball guide, pointing at the corner of that dark green square column. It's at the junction of those 4 green squares. So pause the video, take a look, take a screenshot if you can, or write down some detailed notes, a few things to look at. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour and adjust max plus 10, power 3. Max plus 10, power 3. Grizzly 9 numbers, regardless of your club level. 1 pull over the bullseye, perfect ball away, and this will bounce nicely before the bunker. Second bounce onto the green, and we get a nice line in for the hole-in-one. Hole 3, crosswind with a slight headwind angle here, 5.8 top spin and some right spin as shown, setting up at the top of plus 10 with APOC 5 plus. Ball guide over the bunker. You can also look at the clear ring and the rough on the left with APOC 5 and 6. APOC 4, you'll have to look at the ball guide, and you will set up at P3 max. So add spin and look at the ball guide. Max plus 10, power 3, outer wall curl to the right, and just at the point where you see that circle drop for overpower, we want to gain a few yards if possible. APOC 4, you might go into overpower here, so just add that on if you were just into any. We want to get a decent rollout just into that lighter coloured fairway, around 380 yards. Second shot, playing with the Goliath, because otherwise you will be in between clubs with this wind angle. 2.5 backspin, 3 right spin. Very difficult to aim at the pin here with the lack of ball guide. So have a look at the second bounce and the ball guide and try and replicate as best you can. Giving you a zoom in there, you'll see the second and third bounce in line with the pin. After that, you get only a little bit of ball guide, and it's just kicking off to the right-hand side. True club distance, 0 elevation. If you're at max, you play max. For every yard away from max in your plus yards, you will deduct 2% slider. More information on min, mid and max true club distance on the Academy tutorials on the channel homepage. So 0 elevation, power 3 settings with the Goliath. Perfect ball here has a good chance, but you've got to line it up correctly. Obviously, this is an aggressive chance for the Albatross. We want to try and get there. Just need to shove the ball guide a little bit nearer the hole. We don't want to be coming in short in line. No movement target here on hole 4. We are going to just add spin and then adjust and take our shot. 1 bar of backspin, 0.2 left spin here. Like I said, no move target, so enter the hole with a sniper and a Kingmaker. Pin your Kingslayer or your wind 4 ball if you need to keep the wind below 8 is advisable. And the adjustment is very simple. 7.8 wind, 7.8 rings. Whatever the wind value is, you're going to adjust that in terms of rings. That we call a 1-on-1 or 1-to-1 adjustment. So a nice simple setup here, no need to faff with your wind app or your calculator. 1-to-1, no move target with spins as shown and subject to any wind angle tweaks that you may need. This catches the funnel nicely for the hole-in-one. Hole number 5, we're going to play from +10 with the APOC level 5+, top of +10. P3 max with APOC 4. APOC 5 and 6 is looking at the blue ring touching the rough on the right. Look at the ball guide with spin added if you have different ring references. So spins as shown, we're needing a kingmaker for all the right spin, playing with the top spin as you could see in the video there, and adjusting max +10 for me, that is going to be 6.6 rings. And then the final part of the equation is the curl. The kingmaker, edge of the kingmaker, just touching the outer tip of the triangle on the right and the point before the power circle drops to measure your shot power. So make sure you try and replicate all of that as best you can, and you'll need something to write on and write with to write down your drive distance. 377 yards is going to equal mid-distance, that is 50% slider, 25% elevation. Before spin, find the sticky spot there where the second bounce onwards with the ball guide does not move when you wiggle your target left and right. Then we need to add spin, which will vary depending on your drive outcome, to have the ball guide as shown here. It's going to be about 1.5 bars of left spin to 1.8 bars. Sorry, 1.5 bars of back spin and then a little bit of left spin. You want the ball guide offset short and right of the pin. As you could see there, you have it though. The spin is not a set amount, so you might need to tweak it. Zoom in if you've got time on the shot clock and make some micro adjustments to your spin. Try and get the offset the same. So for a drive of 377, playing mid-distance, that's 50% slider of course, 25% elevation. Perfect ball away, and this will bounce very nicely on the fairway onto the green. And there you can see here, we are just missing to the right-hand side, but the adjustment on the notepad should get you in. Now, as a gift from me to you, there will be a full weekend round playthrough going live early Christmas Eve morning to help you. Now, as a reminder, all of my content is produced totally for free. It's not behind a paywall at all. If you want to give a token of thanks to me and the channel, there are several ways you can do that. There is a PayPal link in the video description down below. You can click the thanks button as well, or you can become a channel member if you wish to support the channel and the free content that is here to help you all out. Hole 6, very long and tricky par 4, and we've got a headwind angle here. So we're going to go with 5.8 top spin and 2 left spin. And I'm setting up here with APOC 5 at the top of +10, half of the clear ring inside the bunker. Look at the ball guide as well, just beyond the rough. That's going to be at P3 max with APOC 4. You might want to consider a power 4 ball with APOC 4, because you're going to adjust into overpower here in this wind angle, regardless of what wind angle tweaks you might need or variance. So adjusting into OP, even with APOC 5, going to add that to our shot and actually add a couple of rings on as well. So here, look at the tip of the arrow as it goes through the centre of the target. I'm playing with 2.5 rings of OP. I would rather use a little bit more OP than not enough. You don't want to clip that rough, but you've got plenty of fairway to go here, so a little bit more OP might be advisable. Drive distance of around 375 to 380. Second shot, we're going to play with the Cataclysm, otherwise you're going to have to overpower the sniper. It's going to be backspin, around 1 bar of backspin, depends how you go with your drive. You might need slightly more or slightly less. We're always going to go with 3 left spin though, pushing the rings because otherwise the tree is going to be in the way. This is just to get it to green safely for a birdie putt. Obviously, if you want to attack for the eagle, then you go with a luminary or something and try and play a lot more aggressively and go with a rough bump. But you might get lucky with the left curl here, going with half a ball of curl with our max +5 adjustment. And this will be great safe as well. Great left will still be fine as long as it's a minor one. We get this one on the green nicely. A minor tweak or two could get you in if you're lucky. Hole 7, we're going to play mid +15 power 3, but first we're starting with a basic ball, adding 5 backspin. Then we find our position, a red ring touching the rough, ball guide pointing at the hole. You'll find a little bit of a funnel there that you can use to help you find your position. Then we swap to a Kingmaker or a Kingslayer, Keep the 5 backspin, but add half a bar of side spin to the left. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour if you can. That's quite important on this one because you don't want to adjust too much. Mid plus 15, power 3. You'll see this does bounce slightly more to the left of where I'm aiming, but I'm still not clipping the rough with a perfect. If you feel that a great left is going to clip the rough and you are likely to hit a great left, you might want to put a tweak in or two. It's something I just looked back on when I was watching the replay, but I think it is reasonably safe. But as always, advice to take a token or two, get some wind angle tweaks as well. Hole number 8 coming up, and we have a nice cross tailwind here. So we're going to play with a Berserker, and APOC 5 and above is going to set up with the inner green ring or the inner yellow ring touching the rough line at P5 max, playing with it's going to be between 2.8, 3.3 topspin, depending on the wind strength and angle, and 2 bars side spin to the left. APOC 4, you would need to stretch out 2 rings to find your position. So a couple of things to be warned of there. And of course, with these aggressive shots, you might need to tweak depending what wind strength you get. Max plus 10, P5. And here I'm going to push up. We're at plus 17. I push up a total of 3 yards. APOC 4, you would need to push up a total of 10 yards. Going with plenty of curl to the left as shown, full overpower and a perfect ball. Now here the plan is just to miss the rough and keep rolling. You might get lucky clipping the rough and rolling out. You may get unlucky with a great right, but it's going to leave you hopefully with a short wedge. Hole 9, 5.8 topspin, 3 left spin, and once again we're going to set up at the top of plus 10 with APOC 5 plus, P3 max with APOC 4, and with spin added the second bounce just to the left of the rough up ahead. Max plus 10, power 3 is the adjustment, even though you may not be at max distance of your club. For me, that is 7.1 rings. Then we're going to go with curl, 1 ball of curl to the left, and you'll see the edge of the Kingmaker touching the outer wall there of the adjustment ring to the left. That's how you measure 1 ball of curl just before the circle drops for OP reference, and hit perfect. You get a good roll out here, and you want to be in the 370s with your drive. Second shot, TC on the notepad, means true club distance. I would recommend you play with 4.5 backspin and 1 bar side spin to the left, and try and set up as shown. We're going to use the landing position plus yards here. You want the ball guide short of pin, so look at the tip of the ball guide, look at the second bounce as well, just before the fringe. A couple of things to reference there. Offsetting because of the wind angle. Plus 4 is 8 yards away from max, 2.5% per yard, going to mean 80% on the slider, 15% elevation. That is plus 4 with sniper 10, will be plus 6 if you got sniper level 9. I would recommend you to use sniper 10 numbers just to match my adjustment here. Perfect ball, let's see how we go. Second bounce just on the fringe, and it falls nicely for the albatross on this par 5. Thank you for watching this video on the London Christmas Tournament here on the channel. If you've not done so already, I'd love to see you over on our Facebook group. Go over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join. Totally free to do so, well over 11,000 members there, sharing shots, loads of discussions, as well as some free guides occasionally as well. So plenty of content to get involved in over there. Looking forward to see you there, and all the best in the tournament this week. See you soon. Bye for now.